In the previous video, we saw how to create a form using the form wizard, and which was basically a compound form wherein we use two tables in order to create a form. And we also added a new record and updated our data using the forms, which is basically the main objective of creating a form. Now, this is the concluding lecture on the forms, creation of forms. In this lecture, we're going to explore the two other views which are available to us when we are creating forms. Now, what we saw up till now was the form view. Okay, if you look at this option over here, we have a form view, we have the layout view, and we also have the design view. Form view is what we have already seen. Okay, this is generally the form view. We are now going to explore the next two views that are available, which is layout view and design view. Let's start with the layout view. In order to open a form in the layout view, you can either select it over here, or whichever form you want to open, you just need to right click it, and here also you have the option of layout view and design view. So let's click on layout view. First we need to close this, open this in layout view. Okay, so now this form is open in the layout view, and here you will be able to see the data very similar to what we saw in the form view, right? It's very similar. Just notice the three additional tabs which are available with this form object, right? We have the design tab, arrange tab, and format tab. Let's have a look at this. Under the design tab, we have the option to resize the fields. If you have a look at these are your fields, and these are the boxes that support your field. If you want to resize any of them, you can very well easily do that. Let's say this box for this particular thing is really long. If you want to make it short, you just need to click on this arrow which is available, and you'll be able to do it very easily. Let's say for the customer name as well, you find that the field that is available, the box that is available is really long. You can just make it short and arrange your data the way you want. This helps your form look much more presentable, and it will give you enough space if you want to, add other fields. Now, remember one thing, you cannot add, or you should not add fields in the forms. You can very well add records. If you want, you can add your records to this to forms from here, but then you shouldn't do or add any fields to this. So please remember this thing always, that we are going to add fields only through tables, which is comparatively easier as well. But when it comes to adding records, we are going to use the forms. Okay, so this is how the resizing can happen the way you want it to do. We also have the options to choose themes. Now these are inbuilt themes that are available from the Access. So if you want a particular theme to your form, you can do that to make it look more presentable. So we have various theme options over here, and choose the one which, see, even if you're hovering your mouse towards these themes, you can see that the themes behind are changing. Okay, so just let's keep this for the presentation's sake. We have various color options now. If you want, you can change the color as you want over here. Okay, then we have the fonts. If you want, you can choose the font for your form from here. So let's keep Calibri. This looks good enough. Let's say you want to add a logo to your form. You can just click on this logo, and it'll ask you from where you want to take the logo. So you must have saved your logo somewhere. So you just need to open that, and that logo will get built in this form. If you want to change the title, you can change the title over here. You can just double click over here and change the title, or you can click on this title button and you'll be able to do that. If you want to insert any image, add date and time, all that can be done using the features that are available under the design tab, which basically helps you to design your form. Then we have this arrange tab. Under arrange tab, you can select this field, and we have the option of, let's say control margins. Now what does control margins do? This helps you adjust the text under the box. Okay, so if you keep it narrow, medium, you will see that the text under the box is changing. So I think wide is looking fine, and if you keep it none also, it is looking okay. So this is fine. We also have the options of anchoring. Anchoring helps you adjust the size of the box. So if you want to keep it top left, stretch down, bottom left, see now the size has become so big. If you keep it top left, I think this looks fine, so you can keep it that way. So this is the arrange tab, and under the format tab you can add a background image to your form. You can do conditional formatting. You can use shape fill. If you want, you can change the fill color. Okay, make it according to what you want. You can choose a shape outline. If you want any thickness, you can choose the thickness. You can choose the color of your line however you want. You can make it a dotted line, a hyphen line, however you wish. You can create this, and you will see that this now is formatted with some color, and we have also given a thick outline to our fields. So when you open this form in the now this is in the layout view. So if you want to change the view, you can do that and open it in the, let's go to the design tab and form view, and you will see that this now is formatted. Okay, so this is how the layout view works, wherein you can do a bit of formatting over here using these three tabs that come into picture. Okay, if you want to keep the changes, now it asks save changes to the following objects. I would say no to all. I don't want to save the changes I did. I just showed you how you can do it. Okay, now let's understand the design view, how the form design view helps. So we'll right click and click on design view. So now this form is looking really different, don't you think? The layout view and form view is quite similar, but if you look at the design view, it looks like the back end of the form. Okay, if you come back to the forms view, you'll see it normally, but the design view will help you see. Now if you open it in the form view, you notice that this field customer name, the E is cut out. You know, we need to do some formatting. It needs to be very clear. So that all can be done in the design view. If you have a look at this, these needs to be stretched out a bit. So you just need to select the field you want. Okay, it'll take some time for you to adjust to this. Now it is big enough, and you can see that the E is visible. Let's check in the form view, and yes, very much. The customer name is now clearly visible. Also, you can resize the fields over here. If you feel that these are really huge, what you can do is you can multi-select them. Just take your arrow and you will see that there's a box coming, and at the end of it you will see that these boxes are now all selected. They are orange highlighted, which means that they are selected. So you can work with them all together. So this saves a lot of time and majority of work will be done. So if you want to drag them down, if you want to drag them more outwards, you can do that as well. It is fairly simple. You just need to multi-select and start doing it. Let's say I want this phone information with the email ID over here. So I can just select this using the control. I pressed control and I could select both of them together. And I can just simply drag this over here in line with the email field which is available. So now you can see that the phone is now towards the right. Let's see in the form view. Very well, it is fit in here completely. So we have the customer's detail and we have their email and phone on the right hand side. Coming back to the design view, this is the sub form which is available to us, and we know that this contracts is a sub form. We don't need this heading sub form. So let's say I want to remove it. You don't require this box. Just select it and click on delete, and let's shift this sub form somewhere in the center so that it is clearly highlighted. If you want, you can make this look more larger. Okay, you can adjust that as well. And once you have the 4 arrows, you can easily drag this wherever you want to drag it, where it looks Fine. And now let's open this in the form view, and we will able to see that the contracts heading has gone off because we deleted it, and the subform is also clearly visible. Okay, so these are the ways how you can make your formatting or make changes to your form in the layout view and design view. With this, we have understood fairly a good part of about this object called forms in the Access database. Let's move ahead and move on to the last object, reports.